Hello, you gorgeous soul. How you doing? Welcome to the Lounge of the Single Women Society. I am your host, Kat, and I have a very special treat for you today. Or do I say that every week? I think I probably say that every week, but I really do. I'm giving you a sneak peek into my free workshop, which is called X Proof Your Life. I took like a really good nugget of it and I want to share it with you because I know that you're busy. I know that you haven't had the time to be able to attend one. And so I just wanted to give you a little piece of what the workshop is all about and hopefully entice you to come and join us. But before I go into all of that, I want to thank you. We are getting more subscribers and listeners from all over the world. And I know that you have a bazillion podcasts and shows to pick from, and you've picked mine. You've picked ours here at the Single Women Society. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your subscribes. Thank you for being here. And I know that, especially some of you have been following me since the very beginning. I'm so glad that you're here. So thank you. So I have a little piece of how to X-Proof Your Life, my virtual workshop that will be held on August 27th at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I want to make sure that I'll let you know that the link is in the show notes. In this particular part of the free webinar, I talk about your type. And when I say that, you know what I'm talking about. Every woman has a type. And so I go into greater detail about why this can be detrimental to why you're not finding true love. And so I took this little nugget from How to X-Proof Your Life virtual workshop. I took this little nugget out of the workshop and I'm going to share it with you. It's just, I think it's like 9.5 minutes. It's a 45-minute workshop. And I just took about 9.5 minutes and I'm going to share it with you. And because I do believe that if you're single and you're looking for love, you absolutely have to listen to this. And when I asked the women when the workshop was over, and I asked the women what their takeaways were, this was the main takeaway: was opening their eyes to the type of person that they are pursuing or saying yes to when it comes to dating. So, are you ready? So here's a little excerpt from How to X-Proof Your Life virtual workshop by us here at the Single Women's Society. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to come and join me in the lounge. Wouldn't that be amazing if the Single Women's Society looked like that? Come and join me in the lounge. You're wearing your go-to outfit. We're hanging out in the lounge of the Single Women's Society. And I ask you to go place an order at the bar. Now, I want you to imagine that there are tables, cocktail tables, and you have your own table. So each of you ladies go and sit at your own individual table and your drinks will be served to you. So I want you to put in the chat, what is your drink? What is the drink that you always order? We all have like that drink that we always order. And if you don't drink, what would you, if you went to a bar, what would you order? Screwdriver, water, yes. Wine, okay. Mine was I would always order a vodka and soda water. That was always my go-to. It didn't matter what bar I was at, didn't matter what I was doing. Amaretto sour, yes, Alyssa. It didn't matter. It was always the same drink every single time. So why, if I may ask you, why do you order the same drink every time? Is it because you know what to expect? Is it because it's familiar? Is it because, yes, Wendy says it's familiar. Why else would you order the same drink every time? You know you won't get drunk and you're in control. Yep. Alyssa, you don't have it often. Yes, Karina, habit. Scared to branch out. Yes. You guys are saying everything that I wrote down. Absolutely. So here's what I want you to imagine. So every woman has a type. And so your type of person, right? So we're open tonight at the Single Women's Society. We have men and women, and we're open to the general public. And so you ordered your drink, the same drink that you order every time. And what's being delivered to you is who's bringing it to your table is the type of person that you always date. And they're sitting across the table from you with your drink and this type of person. We ordered these drinks because we know what to expect, because it's familiar, because it's comfortable, because we don't have to think, we don't have to put any effort. It's cozy. So we always order the same drink. I mean, we look at the drink menu and we always go, wouldn't it be fun if I was to order this or this? And you don't. You'll order the same thing every time. And dating is the same way. You have a particular type of person that you date that is according to your checklist. Every woman has a checklist. I've never met a woman that doesn't. I had my own checklist. And the checklist goes off of, now tell me if I'm wrong, your checklist is based off of your previous experiences, right? So you've had relationships and you say to yourself, okay, that didn't work. So I know that those particular things aren't going to work for me. Plus, you have items on your checklist that people have told you that you should have on your checklist. And this is the filter that we use in life when it comes to dating. So, whether it's online dating or dating in person or getting set up or a friend of a friend, we have this mental checklist. So, if you ladies can, what is one thing on your checklist that is a little different? So, like, I mean, when I say that, I don't want to be like, okay, um, there are some things on your checklist where you're like family oriented. Like, there are some common things, but what are some things? What is one thing on your checklist that you feel maybe shouldn't be on your checklist that you would like to share? And I'll share with you. I'll share with mine. I'll share mine with you. So my mother was married 4 times. And one of the things on her checklist was you could not trust a man over 6 feet. That's what she would tell me all the time. You cannot trust a man over 6 feet or under 6 feet. So guess what was on my checklist? Had to be 6 feet, right? Like it was a thing. Like this is the thing. And I remember like seeking out when I was dating and I was online dating and I was thinking to myself, okay, they have to be 6 feet. He has to be 6 feet. And it was an unnecessary item that was on my checklist. So why your current checklist does not work. We are attracted to familiarity. Oh, excuse me. This is why I had your type of person deliver your type of drink, right? It's familiar. When we have a checklist, we feel less vulnerable and feel like we know what to expect, right? Same thing as your drink. You know what to expect. You know that this is this type of person. They meet all the checks. You know exactly how they're going to be. You don't feel as vulnerable because you're used to this type of person. You know kind of exactly their style. You know exactly how they're going to talk. You pretty much know their background. And usually when you go into a checklist and you go into the first date, it's not really a date, is it? It's more like what? A job interview? That's how I felt. I felt sometimes when I went in, it was a job interview where I was like, yep, I know this is the type of person that I'm always dating. So this and this and this and this. When we have a checklist, and on my checklist, I was like, had to be over 6 feet. Do you know how many people I denied myself meeting? Yes, Rebecca, just like your favorite blanket, but new. Exactly. Exactly. And it's just like the way I like to explain it too is it's like me ordering my vodka and soda water, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have it with lime this time, right? Or I'm gonna have it with lemon. Like I'm just gonna make that enough of a little bit of a tweak on my checklist to feel like, oh, I'm open minded. I'm open minded. Right. So when we focus on a type, it prevents us from having amazing, incredible opportunities with people that we never thought that we could have. So when you have these things on your checklist that really kind of don't matter, like, does it matter if they're over 6 feet? No. Which, by the way, my partner of 7 years is 5'10". So I know what I'm talking about. And Two, not your agenda. Throughout your life, people tell you what you should and should not date. How many of you can just give me like a thumbs up, or you can say me. How many of you have had people's advice to you on what type of person you should be with, that you have like taken on and you're like, yep, this is the type. Yep, this is the type of person, right? I'm supposed to be with, because this is what people are telling me. And so we know our previous history. We know the exes from the past. We know that this is our type. And we keep thinking, by adding the lemon or adding the lime or adding like Sprite instead of soda, like we keep thinking to ourselves that maybe if I just tweak this or do this, then I'll be able to fit this square peg into this round hole. And something is going to be, it's going to be different this time, because this is on my checklist. This is what people tell me I'm supposed to be dating. And I wonder why I'm having the same pattern over and over and over and over again, right? All right, my love, what did you think? You want to know the next steps? If you're like, well, if I don't have a type, well, how do I decide? How do I choose who I decide to pursue, or who I decide to go on a date with or say yes to? Well, you have to come to the workshop. Oops. You have to come to the workshop and figure that out. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. If you watch me on YouTube, my hands are constantly flying around. So come and join us. It's absolutely for free. We take 45 minutes of your time for the workshop, and then 15 minutes afterwards, I answer any questions that you may have. Any questions you may have about dating, about love, about exes, you name it. So August 27th, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can go to singlewomensociety.com, and up at the top it says workshop. Or if you are listening, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can always click down below. I'll make sure and put the link down below. You have nothing to lose but 60 minutes of your time. And I promise you that you'll walk away completely looking at dating in a whole new perspective. So I hope you'll join us. All right. That's it. That's all I have for you today. I thank you again for being here. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and click the bell so you are alerted every time a brand new episode is uploaded. And if you are listening to on iTunes or Spotify, please subscribe. That would be awesome. And rate and review so that other women can find us here at the Single Women's Society. And if you have Facebook or Instagram, come and follow me at Kat Cantrill, CATCANTRILL. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for being a member of the Single Women's Society. And remember, my love, true love is waiting for you. And I will see you all next time. Bye.